if you just walk out the watch shop with the Rolex on, but you forget to pay, is it still theft?
Wow.
Hello and welcome to the Abroad in Japan podcast. Probably the best way of learning about life in Japan without actually being in Japan. I'm your host, Chris Broad, and we're joined, as always, by England's top Japan enthusiast, Mr. Pete Dawson himself. Pete, how the devil are you doing? What's going on?
Well, I knew I was recording this one on the last week's show, or the last show. I completely forgot I was up at 6 o'clock to record on a Saturday morning. But this time around, I'm ready, I'm primed, I'm cocked, whatever other coiled spring analogies you want to use. I'm ready to go, and I've remembered, and you have to draft in a last-minute addition to the show to replace me. So there we go.
Good man, Pete, good man.
It's going to upset everyone. That Hassan blown up, trash taste, poor guys.
At the very least, on the Abroad in Japan podcast, we can guarantee that almost both presenters will be here, present and filming for all episodes.
One of them will be here. To be fair, we had such a troubling episode with WrestleMe where there was a kind of snafu with the technology, nothing to do with us that we could particularly cope with. But basically, I was coming through very quiet and Mark was coming through very loud. So basically, Mark, as an emergency podcast, just got an old wrestler's autobiography and read out about 3 pages.
What the fuck?
And it was better than the actual show. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming.
Well, we should be sitting here reading out Shinzo Abe's belated
When's Natsu going to bash
biography.
out his ChatGPT Abroad in Japan book?
Oh my God, can you imagine? I don't know what Natsuki's book would be. We did talk, at one point we had an idea, a bit like Flanimals by Ricky Gervais.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where they had like funny animals with names. We were going to do like Natsuki, we were going to present him with like an object and then he'd have to say what he thought it was in English. You know, for example, I did it in one episode where I presented, you know, Queen Elizabeth II. And he just went, "Oh, England grandma," and he just kept saying he's good at like thinking up stuff. So that's what we were going to do, but then we didn't. He's still working on his bespoke product range, like Natsuki coffee, the one coffee in the world that has no coffee in it and is actually just tea. But Natsuki thought branding tea as coffee would increase sales. Don't ask me.
No. I mean, one might suggest they're hardly new products and probably every angle has probably been already thought of, but who am I to judge a businessman and entrepreneur?
It's just like, what's Natsuki wine? It's just water from a puddle in a bottle. It's Natsuki wine. It's just he needs to work out his branding a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like we have on our new eSIM. Journey Japan eSIM. Did you know?
eSIM.
This is the ultimate in synergy, right? People who now come to Japan, and a lot of people have got it. Thanks to, if you come to Japan and you got the Journey Japan eSIM, thank you very much. This is the new eSIM we've launched, so you can travel Japan with super fast Wi-Fi and internet. But now you get a 500 yen voucher on your first cocktail at Lost Bar. So I'm actually helping people to drink alcohol.
That's great stuff. Fantastic.
So yeah, there you go. That's the sort of branding Natsuki needs to do. Synergy, right?
It is like brand synergy. I'm trying to think of brands that have sort of interacted in this way before. It's like when
probably Virgin
on Twitter, those kind of Taco Bell will start talking to Toys R Us and stuff and being a bit cheeky and a bit. Do you remember there was like a real vogue for that a couple of years ago? And I thought it was very unbecoming and shit for late stage capitalism, just pretending we're all buddies and friends. And then now I look back at those times and sort of go, I kind of miss that. I miss reading on the side of an innocent smoothie bottle, some little, some spiky little prose.
I remember, they were really good at that. When we were doing the marketing and the branding for the eSIM recently, I was considering doing the same thing. And this isn't me plugging my product. This is secret insider marketing knowledge. But, you're sitting down with a copywriter person and, you've got to work out how would you like to sound when you're approaching a potential customer. Like, we've got you covered. It's going to be a lot of fun. Blah, blah. Like, do you want to have like a silly, innocent smoothie we're your best friends kind of. That kind of went out the window for innocent smoothies when they got bought by Coca-Cola, I think.
Right,
and it stopped being like a...
In Britain, oat milk is a particular... Pretty much every oat milk company is like, we don't know. We don't even know what was writing on the side of this bottle. Oh, live, laugh, love, piss off.
Well, I remember Innocent Smoothies. It was like 3 brothers decided they liked fruit, but they wanted the taste of fruit in their drinks, and so they set up a farm and they fucked an orange and they put it in a bottle, and it's amazing and it's love. And then like Coca-Cola bought them, and it was like 3 brothers sold all their company for £8 million, and it wasn't quite as romantic or as wonderful as it used to be. Good smoothies, though. Good smoothies. Why am I promoting a fucking smoothie company? Buy my eSIM. Get the eSIM. Get your 500 yen coupon. Yeah.
Well, well, it annoyed me because an eSIM company got in touch with us last week and said, you know, can we sponsor the podcast, the video podcast? And I was like, mate, timing, piss off. Chris has just launched his own. We're not bloody advertising yours, you fools.
That's right. That's right. But if you've got one already, get your 500 yen drink, 500 yen off your first cocktail at Lost Bar, and enjoy your first few hours in Japan. We've got a story this week from DW who begins, hello, Chris and Pete. It was my first time visiting Japan last November, and my stepdad and I had just successfully navigated a bullet train and a taxi to reach our ryokan traditional inn for the night. At the check-in desk, we were, of course, asked for our passports, where I realised, with a jolt of panic, that I couldn't find mine. Oh, shit. With rising panic, I started to unzip my bag and root through its contents. I then remember that I had put it in my jacket pocket, but my jacket is no longer wrapped around my suitcase handle. It had fallen off somewhere in transit. Ah, shit. Faced with this predicament, the staff were incredibly polite and helpful. First, they rang the taxi company, somehow reaching the driver to see if it was in his vehicle. Then they called Kokusai Kaikan station, where the heck is that? Where we'd passed through only hours earlier to see if the jacket was in lost and found. Unfortunately, no luck either way, but we were able to stay the night on the understanding that we'd need to go to the embassy the following day and get a new temporary passport. Annoyingly, that meant retracing our steps back to Kokusai-kan station and onward to Osaka, which was the nearest embassy. The following day, we schlepped back to the station, trudging back towards the gates, when unbelievably, I spotted my jacket. There it was, balanced neatly on a fence post. What the fuck? I picked it up in total shock and couldn't believe that everything was still in the pockets. It was a massive relief. I felt so lucky that someone had found it and left it somewhere easy to spot. The rest of the trip, we went off without any more drama, and it was really good. And I went to Lost Bar as well. Hey, and Nara Park and Osaka and Hiroshima, as well as Lost Bar. All the best, DW. Isn't that nice? I remember I left my phone in a toilet once, in a toilet cubicle, and I went back like 25 minutes later, and it was a busy toilet in a train station, and it was still there, phone on the side, no problem. Yeah. Thank you, Japan, for being like that, because I know in the UK, if I'd left the cubicle unattended with my phone in for as much as 55 seconds, the phone would be somewhere else across London. And
to be fair, I do leave things on top of toilet cubicles quite a lot. And that is the number one place I'm losing stuff, to be honest. You need
some sort of invention to stop this from happening.
I'm just constantly doing that. So I've done that all around the world, and to be fair, I've never lost anything yet. But Japan's the gold standard when it comes to that sort of thing. I mean, if I'd have seen my caught on a fence post that someone had helpfully put so you could see it, I would. I'm glad Japan doesn't have gambling. I would have been straight down the casino, just like, luck is on my side, baby. I'm hitting the tables. Let's put everything on red.
It's pretty cool. I do find that if people find something on the street or whatever, often they leave it there. They'll pick it up or sort of put it somewhere where it's more visible. So, yeah, don't go and just rely on the police, and don't bring just the taxi or the train. Go and actually look at where you think you might have left the thing, and odds are it could still be there. Like in 2023, 30 million items were lost in Japan and reported to the police. God knows how many got found, but that's quite a staggering number. My God. And on the subject of, I don't know how we can segue into this. Go on, you do it. You're better than I am. You do some segues.
How do we start this? Do you like stealing things, Chris?
Absolutely not like you do. Didn't you steal something once, like WH Smith or something at the airport? You stole or you forgot to pay. Is that theft?
I think it was a coffee bottle of water, maybe. I think it was a Costco, I think. Maybe, absolute scum.
Thief.
And I could have gone back, but I didn't because,
if you forget to pay for something, you know, and you just walk off with it, is that still stealing, or is that just an honest mistake?
There's every now and again I'll go, I'm not going back for that. I think DIY shops where you got your own little scanning thing, scan, and it's not weight based. They're just all in your trolley. You go beep 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 beep. If there's a little bit of shrinkage, if there's a plug or a fuse that's like £1, that I'm not going to worry about miscounting those, am I?
Right.
Crying out loud. And I'm just saying.
If you just walk out the watch shop with the Rolex on, but you forget to pay, is it still theft?
I've graced their store. I'm taking their product, and other people can see me using that product, drinking a smoothie or eating a sandwich that I've stolen. Good God. Well, there's a pop-up shop called TOH, which is one of the possible readings for the kanji character for theft. And for 4 days, from 13th to 16th of March, it will once again open its doors to the public after going viral last year and drawing enough crowds to make 4-hour lineups at times. It's basically there's a TBS radio program called No Tour. Brain Theft, hosted by a rapper and Mono no Aware vocalist Shuhei Tamaki. And basically, you pay 1,000 yen to enter the shop, which is like, what's that, $6-7?
Yeah,
and it's decorated to resemble a type of black market. Once inside, you have 60 seconds to snatch up whatever merchandise you want. However, the whole place is hooked up with highly sensitive radio microphones, and if they make any excessive noise, their shopping experience will come to an abrupt end and they get nothing.
Oh, wow.
You can steal snacks, books, clothing, pillows and mattresses, and so imagine trying to steal a mattress silently from a shop. So you can take on this challenge with up to 3 or 4 people, and for each member of the group, the admission is reduced. So if you are in Akasaka in mid-March, this is your chance to do some stealing in some kind of weird black market. And
wow.
It feels so impossibly difficult to figure out how to get in, I imagine. Like, it just feels like one of those places that are just for the Japanese. Like one of those experiences to sort of... but that said, get your cameras down there, Chris. Get involved.
I mean, so you walk in and you take whatever you want, and if you're too loud, you get caught. And that's just how people take home their shopping in Hartlepool, isn't it? That's just Hartlepool in general. It's a bit weird. It's a bit contrived. I suppose it's a TV show, isn't it? But I saw photos of this place, and the queue was incredibly long. Like, people clearly want to steal things, and I say steal because it's not really stealing. I don't know how I feel about this. Is it cool or is it lame? You decide, Chad.
I mean, it's just a pop-up. Pop-up shops by their very nature are a bit naff. But a pop-up shop where you've got you can steal stuff, better, one would suggest. So I don't mind it.
Well, you can't steal things at my bar, a cocktail bar where you can steal our stalls. The stalls at Lost Bar keep getting broken because they're like made for Japanese people, and all the people at Lost coming in aren't Japanese.
It's got a lot of footfall, mate. You got a lot of things to. You got a lot of things to do.
It's a shame. They were good chairs. Keep breaking.
Look, you can't run a successful bar without breaking a few chairs, mate. That's what they say.
These weren't designed to be broken. These aren't like fighting chairs. These aren't like wooden chairs in a film that you get up and like break over someone's back.
I'll shoplift some bracing material.
Now we're talking.
Whatever the Japanese home base is, and I'll come and do some fixing up in.
Perfect. Maybe I'll take part in this theft, this shoplift store, and see if I can steal some more stalls for the bar.
Steal some chairs left back. Lovely.
See what I can get. We'll be back just a moment, guys, with your stories, comments, and questions over in the fax machine.
Wow.
And we're back with the fax machine. What have we got this week from our listeners, Mr. Dawson? Fill us in.
Got a message from Miguel. Hi, Chris and Pete. I'll be coming to Japan this year, but in the summer. I know it'll be hot, but everything was vastly cheaper then. As it'll be so hot, I want to be in shorts, vests and sandals. Would this be acceptable, or do the Japanese prefer blokes to be covered up? I know it's a modest and polite society, so I don't want to stand out. Also, would it be okay to wear flip-flops to easily slip my shoes on and off, or do they get offended by seeing your toes/feet? Thanks for any advice, Miguel from Portugal, the man. It's Portugal, the man. Yeah, it's. I would. I mean, if you want to look like an Australian, you can. You can do what you want, really. I was kind of. A bit funny about the old flip flops in the street flops, kind of walking around because you do have to take your shoes off quite a lot. Maybe pop some sneaker little socks into your sort of carry on to walk around with, just to help you out there, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Japan, people don't really wear shorts except if they're going for like a beach day or something, right? Like shorts are seen as not good. People don't like seeing your legs or whatever. I famously did a project that I've ranted about many times over the years, where I was trying to promote a part of Tokyo Station for the Rugby World Cup, which was coming to Japan at that time. I think it was 2019. And I shot it, and then the client was very unhappy because you could see my legs because I was wearing shorts, because it was 42 degrees or something ridiculous. Celsius, this is. And they were like, this is unacceptable to see your legs. I'm like, everybody who's coming to the Rugby World Cup is going to be wearing shorts because it's ridiculously hot. But it's just a part of sort of culture in Japan not to wear shorts. But that being said, as a foreign tourist, it's fine. I think sandals are a little bit, you've got to be careful with that, depending on where you are. I think bare feet could be a bit of a no-no in some places. Vest tops are an absolute, whatever you do, don't wear that. Like, you can't wear a vest in Japan. Well, you could, but you'd get like a lot of looks, and it would be quite bad. Again, unless you're at a beach or something like that. If you're wearing a vest top, wear a shirt over it or something like that. You know, it would just not go down well, really. You never want to wear a vest to Japan, have you?
I'm not really a vest guy, to be honest. I don't really have the arms.
Yes,
certainly
me too.
not now, anyway. But yeah, I think if I started wearing vests, people might think I've had some sort of breakdown. But which is always a possibility, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think vests for me underneath a shirt, if you fancy it. But it does remind me of the 80s and Ramsey Nesbitt.
Yeah. Keep them in the 80s. Keep them in the 80s. Yeah. One of the things I don't want to bring out of the 80s. Clive says, hello, guys. Chris, your cycle with Connor must be approaching. What preparations are you doing this time around? Pete, are you going to join Chris? Or have you got your own physical challenge? All the best, Clive. Your physical challenge, waking up, is Pete's physical challenge. Getting out of bed to do the podcast at 6 a.m.
Getting out of bed and doing the podcast at 6 a.m. is a physical challenge. My life is a physical challenge.
That's right.
My kid's got a conjunctivitis. I'm having a nightmare.
Shit. That's not good.
That's not good.
I've started doing like a bit of exercise. I've done some weights. I've done a bit of walking. I did that big walk with American Pete the other day. But I do need to like shift some fat around my stomach. My weight is not good. It happens every year, right? I'm usually at my worst around March because like January, February, March is so cold and brutal that you just can't go outside. But the wheels are in motion. Not literally. I haven't got on the bike yet. But the wheels of fitness are in motion. I've got the weights out. The wheels exist.
The wheels exist. I had plans to shift a bit of weight before a holiday in a few weeks' time. And what actually happened was I discovered the KFC Double Down, which is a very different kind of training. It's two pieces of chicken instead of the bun, Chris. It's chicken, and in the middle, a little spicy little bit of potato.
That's disgraceful.
So not it is disgraceful, but dip it in gravy, in the KFC gravy. Oh my God! So that's my training acumen. Discovering KFC.
God damn it, Pete! Why does KFC not have gravy in Japan? What were they thinking? What's wrong with why not?
What, no gravy? Not
There's no gravy.
Don't they sometimes give you the gravy for Christmas, where they give you a cranberry sauce?
I don't know if they do. I can't remember, but I know like you just don't have gravy at KFC in Japan,
right?
And that is like the main reason to go to KFC, even more than the chicken. Just get a big fucking cup of gravy and drink it down.
Gravy restaurant. What I need is a big Kentucky Fried G.
That would be good.
KFG, please.
That would be very good. But no, the cycle's approaching. I don't know. It's that classic every year. I don't know what Connor's said publicly. I don't know what can be said publicly. But there is a cycle happening. It's another cyclothon. Will it top last year's mega, amazing, massive one? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I do love the cyclothons. They are good fun. It's a great team effort. And Pete Donaldson will absolutely be not joining, but he'll be cheering us on for the sidelines.
Yeah. Watching a
Having some
stream,
gravy.
eating some chicken.
That's right. That's right. Finally, Daniel from London says, Ali, Chris and Pete, I'm planning to make my first trip to Japan next year with a good friend. I have a penchant for moustaches and beards, and I am the 2024 British freestyle moustache champion. Fuck yeah. And he's got a photo with the moustache. And he looks a bit like Rami Malek. To my knowledge, it's not really a thing you see in Japan. Have you seen many locals sporting facial foliage, or is it mainly just for foreigners? Keep up the great work as always. Daniel from London. And if we're watching on YouTube, let's put his photo up.
Right.
This deserves to be seen.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the Monopoly Man meets Rami Malek. It looks quite... and one-piece hat. It's great.
It's a bit like he looks actually I think I can do this from here. Actually, let me
screen sharing.
Let me
be careful what you share.
There you go. There he is.
Hey.
There he is. He's got like so he's got treble clefs for two treble clefs for moustaches,
cool.
which I think is absolutely amazing. Because like
I thought it was a One Piece poster the first time I saw this photo. I thought it was something to do with One Piece.
Like, I think it's the year of the moustache, really. There's a lot of lads who are moustaching about the place. And as a person who's had a moustache off and on for about, 5 years, I do feel a little bit like, late to the party, guys. Late to the moustache party. Unbelievable. And but yeah,
where are your treble clefs? Where's your treble clefs?
Where are my treble clefs, for crying out loud? But yeah, it's everybody's got a moustache these days. It's
I'm trying.
Certainly in London, every single person has got one. Oh, you are having a crack, but you've got the little soul patch at the bottom, haven't you?
Rubbish. My moustache sucks.
You're in a new metal band.
I mean,
90s.
In an ideal world, I would be clean shaven at all times. However, I've noticed when people draw me in artwork, like fan artwork, I've always got a moustache. So I think I've become
part of your brand.
It's sort of come full circle, right? I've become how I'm viewed in fan art, and luckily, what was the fan art where I was a bowling ball? Do you remember that one?
Oh, I don't remember that one. No.
I was Big Mouth or something ridiculous. Big Mouth was my name. That's it. I forgot about that.
Big Mouth.
Fucking Big Mouth.
Oh, very cruel.
3 years ago that was.
You do get drawn quite a lot, I would say. And the only characterisation of you, I said that you look a bit like a thinner Eddie Argos from the band Art Brut. That's what you get from me.
I'll take it. I'll take everything I can get, as long as I don't look like Elon Musk, because that is not a comparison that I find particularly flattering.
Speaking
but well done,
of
Daniel.
Physiques.
Yes, thank you, Daniel, for this awesome photo. Well done. I don't remember what the question was. Was there a question?
Do you like moustache?
Oh.
Do the Japanese? Are loads of Japanese people rocking moustaches like most everywhere else in the world?
Absolutely not. It's not really a big thing here. So no. And if you came here with that moustache, you would be very popular very fast. Of that, there can be no doubt.
Bring the straw border as well. Beautiful.
What a legend. Keep the stories, questions, comments coming into Abroad Japan Podcast at gmail.com. Check out Daniel's amazing face on YouTube if you are listening in. But for now, guys, have yourself a great few days. We'll see you right back here to do it all over again on the Abroad Japan Podcast. Bye for now. Take care.
I want to see the British freestyle moustache champion. Oh, God, they're amazing.
Well, you do that in your own free time.
Let me look at the moustache men on the internet, Chris, for crying out loud.